teeing it up. It's recording.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Winner's Circle. I'm Derek.
And I'm Cody.
And in case you didn't remember, we are the Hitmen. I bring that up because I just saw a post, Big Brother post. If you haven't, go check it out. Talked about what alliance would you want to join. And I actually called Cody. It's so funny. We got a lot to cover tonight. It's going to be a good episode. But I called Cody because I was like, yo, we were the fucking man. We were the G's. We killed it. And I mean, that's just, we're joking, but not really. You know,
there's zero joking in my voice and my tone, and I won't even say it so that people don't want to call us arrogant and cocky, whatever you want to do. You know what we are? We're positive about one another. We're
proud.
We're proud.
Did you see what I put on? You do follow me on Facebook. I don't even have friends on Facebook.
Who uses Facebook?
I know. I'm old. But do you know what I put up there?
Separate conversation.
So I reposted the Big Brother thing on Facebook.
Are we friends on Facebook, dude? I kind of want to know.
We probably are. But I posted. It was a great. I reposted the Big Brother thing and I wrote, I don't know. All I see is two champions on one couch. I put that on there. It was on my personal page, but I know I get people triggered with those things. Listen, It's very subjective depending on what alliance you like.
Shout out to us being friends on Facebook, by the way.
What's that?
We are friends on Facebook.
Oh, hey, how you doing? You're just never on it. But no, it's cool to see that it's obviously in jest. We obviously are very proud of what we did, but there's a lot of great alliances out there over the years and whatever, depending, pick your poison, whatever you like. But it has gotten me a little jacked up with these kind of like these teasers coming up. And tonight we're going to dive into a lot. We're going to talk about the 25th anniversary season. It's not even the 25 years, it's 25 seasons. Cody and I were lucky enough to record it. We were teasing it a little bit. We're going to be in that special. We're also going to talk about some of the rumors that are out there. What's going on right now? As we're recording this, it is July 21st. So where are the house guests right now? Have they been kidnapped yet? What are they doing? What's the preparation like that for? If they haven't been, how much longer should we be waiting for that? We're going to dive into all of it. Before we do, Cody, what's up with you? What's going on? We talk pretty often, but are you seeing anything out there before we, I know we're going to tease it a little bit. We're going to take our first break before we dive into it, but what's been your vibe on BB25?
I got to be honest. I think it's going to be pretty big time. If memory serves me right, if they're doing it now, a lot of times it has now adjusted since the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Where normally in the past, the cast is gone at this point.
Yep.
We were in sequester and then we were in the house before, like we were in the house, right? Probably for 7 days before the episode premiered. It was pre-recorded and everything. And I did that similar for All Stars. So it's like, there's a good chance that the cast is kidnapped right now. And I couldn't be more excited about that. I am dying for the cast to be revealed. I need to know. I want to know. I want to start talking about it. I want to start seeing who are our early favorites. I'm really, really excited. But some of the rumors that are circulating, I think are pretty interesting. So I'm excited to dive into it. But before we do, let's hear from this week's sponsor, Manscaped. Fellas, the summer is here and it's time to turn the heat up a bit and make yourself beach ready and turn your grooming game up a notch. This summer, get yourself the Beard Hedger Pro Kit from Manscaped. With this game-changing tool, you can shape your beards like the true stud you are and make heads turn wherever you go. Visit manscaped.com and use code WINNERCIRCLE and enjoy 20% off and free shipping. This summer, step up your game with the ultimate grooming upgrade from Manscaped.
Yeah, listen, guys, we know grooming your beard can be a task, but it's important. So I want to break down this Beard Hedger Pro Kit because there's a couple things that it come with. They're all game changers. And so first off, we have the Beard Hedger. It comes with this trimmer that has a rotary wheel on it that gives you 20 hair cutting lengths with one guard. That's huge because we've all had it where you have to change the accessories on the top in order to find the right length, and you never really do. And you'll see with this beard trimmer, it's micro changes. So if it's just a little too long or a little too short, you're going to have that length built right into the trimmer, so you don't even have to take it off, put another clip on. It's going to be right there, ready for you to go. But another benefit to it is it's waterproof. So no going over to the sink, shaving it just right, then having to hop in the shower, then you shower, you come back out, and it's never the way you want it, so you got to shave again, go back in there. Nope. Go right in the shower. Once you know your length, you have it locked in, go in there, trim it up, you come out, you're ready to go for the night. But the Pro Kit doesn't end there. It also comes with 4 dermatologist-tested formulas for post-trim care. I'm talking about the beard shampoo, the conditioner, the beard oil, and the beard balm. But in addition to those items, it also comes with 3 free gifts: the beard comb, the beard brush, and the beard scissors. And I've said it before on the Winner's Circle, they're all game changers, but the scissors are top level. I think I've talked about it. You come in there, if there's a couple stragglers, these scissors are super sharp. They're actually really fashionable too. They're like a dark metal. I really like them. We think you will as well. This kit is a phenomenal kit for everyone to have this summer. And Cody's going to remind you of the great deal we have right here for our listeners and viewers.
Yeah, so like I said before, guys, if you want to get 20% off and free shipping, you can use code WINNERCIRCLE at manscaped.com. I'll say that again. 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com and using code WINNERCIRCLE. Manscaped. Beard hedger, 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 lengths.
All right, so we're back. And it's funny that you said what you said before the break because I actually disagree. And I'm going to tell you why. Maybe you'll agree with me. Actually, I put it out there. So the premiere is August 2nd, right?
Okay.
So we're talking what? Like how many days are in July? 10?
30?
30. So we got 30 days left until the show premieres. And from what I've heard,
so it's probably around like 12 days, right?
12 days. And it's a live move-in. It's a live move-in. So I don't think they're kidnapped yet. I don't think they have them in sequester for 12 days. Right. So I know when I was pre-COVID, you were pre-COVID the first time. Dude, I think I was out there 4 days, 5 days that I got kidnapped before the show. Like I moved into the house. And
I thought we were in the hotel room on 16. I remember being in the hotel room for like 7 days.
Okay, so you got kidnapped. I was the last one to go. I know that because I was like, guys, I really didn't even want to go. I was like hesitant about going. So they let me stay home until the last moment before I got kidnapped. And the next day they announced the cast. It was like, it was like that. But
I was definitely kidnapped way before. Well, I shouldn't say way, at least a few days. And you remember when we went on, it was pre-recorded. Right. So it was pre-recorded that they aired it over 2 nights. So we were in the house, like you said, a week before playing before they did it. But now they do these live move-ins. So there's less time needed to have them out there. And logistically, financially, however you want to slice it, they're not going to keep being in the hotel room. Honestly, for that amount of days, even the 4 or 5 days was equivalent to how bad it was in the Big Brother house. It was terrible. No contact with anyone. Coloring books. Room service. They gave us coloring books. What in the world? The only good thing is like people were on like constant call. Like if I wanted something, I needed a snack, something like that. That was the only cool. But like they gave us coloring books. They gave us Sudoku puzzles. I'm like,
they gave us the seasons.
To do?
You could pick. People think they give you seasons
on a screen this big
on the little DVD player because you can't watch the main TV. It's unhooked. Did you get to choose your seasons? I did. Did you get to choose? Because everyone's like, oh, they just always give them the seasons they want them to emulate. Maybe some of them were given that. I'm not saying I believe that happens if they don't know. But I actually was asked, like, hey, what seasons would you like to watch?
That it's same thing. And I picked the ones that the craziest thing was it just shows the different mindset that I was in the first time versus the second time. Is the first time I went in, they asked me what seasons you want to watch. Not a thought process of mine to go in and watch any seasons with people that I wanted to try to emulate, which I think is very crucial. You want to try to watch seasons that you want to try to emulate a certain gameplay. What did I do? I asked them for the seasons that I knew I loved. And so I was just almost rewatching seasons. And personally, it was more so for entertainment to pass the time versus study, watch. What are different things that I'm seeing that I like? How can I take this and use it in the house? And that was my second go around, where the second time it was here, you can get into Paramount Plus. Go for it. And I literally watched, I just was watching seasons all day, every day.
To stream it.
Right. And so it was a little different, but it was different on the more recent seasons, which I think a lot of people were hearing are not, they don't have the choice. It's like you get this season, this is it, or these 2 seasons and that's it.
Well, I definitely would. I mean, that's not a bad thing if they're doing more recent seasons, because that's one thing that I did. I remember I watched season 10 because of Dan, but I also watched season 15, and I think I watched season 12 and 13 as well, because I wanted to watch more recent seasons, because I knew some of the things that they were doing in those seasons I would probably see again, where you can go watch back and watch 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to watch. The game has evolved so much since then. They might bring something back. They could have a throwback here or there, but most of the time they're going to emulate the stuff that they're doing now, the America's Favorite Player stuff, all that jazz. That's what you're going to see. So I think at this point right now, the house guests, frankly, probably know that they're in the running for it. They've probably been told at this point, hey, we'll let you know if you're going to be cast on the show. And they probably said to him, hey, you know, what's your schedule next week where you might want to come out and do one more quick interview with you before we make our decision.
With the camera crew.
Yes.
If you're hearing that, you know what's going down.
These people know. If they have any brains, the Big Brother 25 cast already knows that they're leaving for the show, which brings us to another point, which is really fascinating. There's been a few Big Brother house guests, and then you have some of the Big Brother spoiler accounts, but they're basically claiming that they already know some of the Big Brother players. And as we always we always get it every year, there's some disappointment, there's some happiness, but most of it, from what I've seen, which was very brief, it's like, oh, these people have big social media followings. They're already into that. So already you have people complaining. But I think before, this is going to be a bigger conversation. We're going to talk about, obviously, the rumors. We're going to talk about, we kind of just covered where they are right now. We don't think the house guests are in the house at this point. We think they're at home. I think
your point, yeah. Unless they're still, because All Stars, I was in a sequester house for 14 days.
But that was COVID, right? That was pre-COVID.
But here's the thing, man. I don't know if they still want to go through the testing. There's some states out there that are like, still COVID, make sure. And productions and everything has to go a certain type of way. There's different things in production that have to happen. And we all know California, they may be testing them on a regular basis and maybe we want them with as minimal contact as possible. Because if something happens, they're probably going to test them throughout the summer. And if somebody pops up COVID positive, that messes up the entire season. And I don't think they want to do that.
I
think they'll probably have them out there for a little bit.
Don't test them. If you don't know, it can't hurt you. That's what I would say. But we'll get into it after the break. We'll cover that. And we'll talk about the big thing that you're probably here for is this 25th anniversary of this 25 season celebrating Big Brother, the special coming out July 26th that yours truly, the Hitman, will be on. We're going to get into all that, but before we do, let's hear from our second sponsor. That's right, 2 sponsors, 1 episode. We're moving up in the world. Check them out, guys. This is Factor. All right, guys, now that we're in the thick of summer, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals to support sunny, active days. I can tell you that I was, and I've been eating Factor for over a year now. I'm going to explain a little bit more about that later. But listen, Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with flavorful, nutritious, and ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. By the way, can heat these meals up in under 2 minutes. So you'll save time, eat well, and stay on track in reaching your goals.
That's right. And Factor offers flavor-packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of different lifestyles, from keto to calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and protein plus, prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians. And if you're looking to mix it up, you can add a protein to select vegan plus veggie meals each week. And for me, I'm big on the extra protein, so I go with the protein plus meal. It gives me 30 grams of protein per serving. It's great. Derek turned me onto this about a year ago, which is insane that now come to fruition. They're an ad on our podcast, which is
right?
it's the greatest.
Now, the benefit to having a podcast, right? Yeah, I've been, as I said at the beginning of this, I've been using Factor for over a year. I've been paying for it out of pocket. I'm a paying customer and will be for as long as I can. I was looking to lose some weight. Some of you noticed I lost about 15 pounds over the last 3 or 4 months. But I first started with my diet. I wasn't really working out. Now that I'm doing both, I'm seeing results. But Factor is convenient in a few different ways. 1, they taste great. 2, as Cody said, they're nutritious. They give you all the things that you're looking for depending on what your goals are. And for me, the most important thing is convenience. A lot of the times I'm on the go. I'm either at the studio or going to pick up my kids, and I just need a microwave. And they taste amazing. They taste like a home-cooked meal. And I'll tell you what, you don't have to take our word for it. You can try it now. We have a great deal for you right here at the Winner Circle, and Cody's going to tell you about it.
Yeah, guys. So all you need to do is head to factormeals.com/winnercircle50. I'm going to repeat that again. factormeals.com/winnercircle50 and use code winnercircle50 to get 50% off your order. This is a huge deal. If you guys want to try it out, this is the perfect time to do it. And being a Winner Circle listener, you get 50% off. So we really do recommend it. The meals are really good. There's a different variety of meals. I haven't had one yet that I don't like. So please go check them out if you guys want. If you support us, you support Factor because they're supporting us as well on the channel. All right, guys, so we're back. And before we get into the 25th anniversary special that Derek and I were a part of, we want to talk about some rumors, some things that we've been hearing on social media, some cast members that we could possibly be seeing. And for me, some of the things that I've been seeing is I feel like this upcoming season, we're going to see some new faces to television, but they're going to be like social media people. They're going to be people that have followings on TikTok. They're going to be people that have now transferred. It's going to be some of those new school influencer types. And I don't think there's a problem with that because for me, what I think we'll see with that is a lot of drama. These people that on TikTok that have built up these followings, they've built up a following for a reason. Now I'm eager to see how that could possibly, and this isn't confirming anything, how that could possibly tweak into, you're playing a game now. This isn't just social media. This isn't you talking to an audience. You now have to deal with people face to face. So those are some of the rumors I'm hearing. No names attached to it. Well, I saw one rumor saying that there's apparently some big actress, her husband could possibly be on the show. I don't know how much true that is, but it did come from a spoiler, that an account that tends to have some of their spoilers be pretty true. Did you hear anything like that?
Yeah, there was a couple house guests. I heard there was a kid who was on like maybe Temptation Island or something like that. They said a lot of them were already like they have social media following.
Love Temptation Island.
Yeah, it's a great show. I think they're gonna have. Well, here's the thing: from a promotional standpoint, these people have built-in audiences. So kind of like not at this level, but you kind of have like the Frankie Grande effect, where Frankie had himself, who was already known, and then you had his sister, who had millions and millions of followers. So it brought in like this whole new demographic, this whole new audience that had never been exposed to Big Brother before. And as much as we hate to admit it, that's what this is. It's a show. And so they want to get butts and seats. They want to get eyes on the prize. So they need people to watch in order to ensure the show continues outside of it. Now, from a purist perspective, I'm with a lot of you guys out there. I think it's always better when you have people who are there for the game and not necessarily there to grow their brand. And so when you have people that are there to grow their existing social media audience, a lot of the times they go in there and their goal isn't to win. It's to become America's favorite player or get brand deals or get on another show. So they're playing a different game and they're less cutthroat. They're less cutthroat. They're more diplomatic. They're more politically correct. And that's not necessarily a terrible thing. But when you want that drama and you want that confrontation and you want people going in there and being cutthroat, you're normally, most of the time, not going to get that with someone who has some level of brand awareness, right? They have some other agenda. That's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. The only thing that I think would maybe make that not happen, because I totally agree that I think it definitely will happen, would be somebody that has such a big following that this show could just be something cool that they wanted to do. Maybe because you see this all the time, right? Like this was something that I didn't know about. That soccer tournament that I competed in down in North Carolina, $1 million cash prize. Noah Beck. Huge TikTok person. He's got like 33 million followers. When I saw him and his name attached to Dortmund, who is a huge international club, I was like, that's so annoying. This is PR. This kid probably is a scrub. The kid is a soccer player. He grew up in the academies. That I played against. All this stuff was legit. Just so happened that he hit his stride on TikTok, became a TikTok sensation, but his roots of being a stud soccer player weren't gone. It's not like it changed. It's not like it disappeared. So I think what would be really cool would be seeing a dynamic of somebody that has grown and blown up on social media in this new day and age of social media, but always is centered in, I was a huge Big Brother fan. My family would watch it growing up. I love this show. This will be amazing. And that's the only way we'll see a kind of like a crossover of, you're a superstar on TikTok. You don't maybe care too much to grow your following, because you already got a set in following. You want to now add this to your belt of, look, I can win Big Brother because I've always loved this show. And now I have an opportunity that you might have not had in the past if you didn't have this following. Because as you mentioned, Big Brother's been on for a while, right? And what does a show have to do in order to sustain through the test of time? You have to evolve. You have to gain a new audience. You have to gain new people. And the best way to do that is to grab people that have built in that younger following, which we know is on TikTok, and you possibly bring that to the show. So I would like to see a scenario like that. I used the kid Noah Beck because honestly, I had preconceived notions. And then when I met him and I played against him, I was like, dude, he's awesome. I really liked him and he was a stud. And he brought something to the table with soccer because he was a stud on the field. That's something that I would hope to see if they're going to get an influencer on the show of Big Brother. That doesn't just take away, because I do feel if that's the case, like what you were saying, it would ruin the show. It would ruin the show.
And you make a good point there. Preconceived notions, right? Going into it, judging someone. And we do this a lot in the Big Brother community where you judge someone just based on their previous following or their cast reveal video. Like we already know. I remember on mine, I think I've said it before, everyone in there wasn't one person out there that I saw when I went back and looked who was like, yeah, I think he's going to be able to keep his profession a secret. Everyone was like, first weekend, he's first boot. He's going to be telling everyone first week that you don't know these people yet. They're just normal people. They just get, they've got a lot of friends or they've done some collaborations and they build them up. But I'm looking forward to it. I've definitely seen a few things. It looks like it's pretty much confirmed at this point. This is going to be a completely new cast. I think Big Brother's actually put out some press releases saying you're going to see all new faces. So, and that's what I expected. I know people had thought there's going to be some returning players, maybe a coach's season. They've already done it. I think they're going to kind of go back to the roots a little bit, maybe have some throwbacks from some earlier seasons. And this is going to be 16 new people, maybe more, but at least 16 new people, new faces, and maybe we get some players in there that go on to be legends. If you have returning legends in there, people are going to focus on that. This is a chance to get some new faces out there to get out the next generation of great players that we're going to be talking about for years to come.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think that when you bring back returning faces, the show almost is centered around them versus a newbie coming in and being like, I want to try to make the show about me, which again, it's like that adds value because they're like, I want to be the next mastermind. And granted, I'll say this, a lot of people go on the show trying to be the next mastermind, but it takes somebody that goes in and actually wants to dive in and break down the game and do well. And a lot of times when there's a coach's season, I feel like a lot of the vets are the ones that are kind of like guiding the game. And the show is kind of centered around them and they're the one narrating it. And it doesn't allow a newbie to come in and just like, excel and be who they are. Cause like, even if you think about Paul on his first season, Paul became a likable personality on his first season and was learning the game. And then by his second season, you saw that he really had a grasp of the game.
Yeah. There's no surprises.
Yeah, it took 2 seasons, but I was of the mindset that I would really love at least a few returners. But I think your point right there kind of makes me be like, you know what? I'd love to see 16 new fresh faces, getting in there and trying to really uncover
the game
what
together.
it takes. Yeah. What it takes to win this game.
We started to pick up even at the end of the season, the tones, the schedule, the tones of the overhead people, the scheduling. You start to hear certain banging. If they're building a bigger set, how long it takes. If you don't hear them bang for 2 days, then it's a mental comp. There's all these different things that
a vet knows.
A vet knows.
Totally.
You just know it. So we're looking forward to it. We're super pumped about it. We're gonna talk to Tiffany, figure out the live feed schedule. We're gonna be back every week. We're gonna be covering it. Hopefully it's a fire season. It makes our job a lot easier when it is.
Totally.
So hopefully we have some big personalities.
Fireworks.
And there's some shakeups in there. So we have some good stuff to cover because that's what we love to do here. We don't want to talk about just the boring stuff. So final thing for tonight, which I think is important because it was a big announcement. 25 years of Big Brother. They're celebrating it. It's a huge accomplishment. I want to say maybe a month, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe a month or two ago, we were contacted and asked to be part of it. They sent us out to New York City. It's funny, without giving too much away, originally we were going to do it separately. And then they said, hey, would you guys mind doing it together? And I think the person who reached out to us didn't know how close we were.
It was like, what? Of course.
So we're like,
so much rather do it together.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. The only thing I was a little bummed about, and I won't give too much away. There was a point where we were potentially going to California, and we would have gotten to see some of the other house guests, and we didn't get that opportunity, but there'll be time for that. I was excited to meet Xavier in person in LA. Man, yeah. Didn't happen, but then I was in Wisconsin for work, and I got to see him on my flight home. We stopped and had tacos, so that was pretty cool. But
dude, it's so weird because you have these rapports and these relationships with some of the newer, and it's really X and Tiff, and it's so crazy because I feel like I know them so well,
right?
And I talk to them, and I have no problem. And then it's like, dude, I've never even met them in person.
I've never met Tiffany in person.
It's wild to me.
Yep.
And so
it's crazy.
That would have been the cool part. But honestly, at the end of the day, doing it together and getting to see you, which is not really easy for us to see each other again. A lot of times you take this stuff for granted. Like you and I, we're talking weekly. It's like, oh, you almost take for granted how long it's been. And that's what we talked about when we finally got to link up. It was like, bro, I haven't seen you in years.
Yeah.
And again, our relationship it picks up.
COVID stopped everyone for 2 years right there in between.
Yeah. So. But it was a really cool, some of the questions that they were asking us, which we can't really talk too much about it.
Yeah. We'll talk more once they air the show, if a lot of it doesn't make it, I think we're okay. We didn't sign an NDA or anything. We're just being respectful and not stealing their thunder. But I bet you there's a lot that doesn't make it because seeing how many people they interviewed, it's only an hour show. Plus they're going to give some teaser for 25. I don't think a lot of what we talked about is going to be in there.
Right.
That's my guess. Unless unless they give us a lot of shine. I don't know.
Yeah. It's possible, bro. It seemed like a pretty limited number of people that were a part.
So you say limited?
I thought it was going to be more people because if you think about some of the faces that they had in the promo,
Who do we have? Who do we have? Who do we have? Me,
so
you.
we had me, you.
We're gonna miss some people, so we apologize.
Yeah, all the members of the Cookout.
Yep, all the members of Cookout.
We had Daniel Reyes.
Daniel
We
Reyes.
had Brennan and Jordan.
Jeff and Jordan.
Jeff and Jordan. Brennan and Rachel.
Yep.
And then I don't know that I saw
Frankie
anybody
Grande.
else.
Can't forget him. We were talking to him.
Yep.
There was nobody else from our season. There was a lot of people who didn't get on it. There was a lot of people who couldn't do it.
Janelle Kesar.
Yep. You have those guys, and then
so that what does that roughly get us around to?
Taylor.
Yep. Right.
I'm trying to think. We're definitely missing some people because I just saw.
That's like to about like 12, right? Like 12 to 15. Actually, I thought it was going to be less. I thought from the photo it was like roughly around 10. But
and so if they're asking all those questions, I mean, our interview, how long did it take? An hour? 2 hours?
We were there for like 2 hours probably.
And they asked us a lot of some really good questions, actually.
It was awesome.
I'll be interested to see which ones they put in there. But I think you guys can expect to see some really cool clips back to some like big moments based on the questioning.
Yeah.
You're going to see some flashbacks to some of the better, the more memorable moments in Big Brother. You're going to see highlights of probably some of the things that we did, the Cookout did, Rachel and Bren, all of them. You're going to get to see like some of their moments because they asked us specific moments about our seasons. But again, they asked us a lot of questions. They could fill 2 hours with just our interview. So it's going to be, always in TV, you do this big interview and it's like 30 seconds in total that you're on there. And there's two of us. So we'll see how it goes. But I think it's going to be cool. The set was cool. The ET's kind of I think they're producing it. They were awesome. They had the person interviewing us was definitely a Big Brother fan, which made the interview that much better because they knew what they were talking about.
I love that.
Yeah,
because that always makes it kind of go a little bit versus somebody that's just like, these are the questions that were written out and I don't really know what your answers are. Like every answer we gave, he had like excitement and like wanted to keep going with it. He knew exactly what we were talking about. So
the cameramen were like, whatever, dude, just finish, just wrap it up.
Are you guys done yet?
The camera cards are full. Now we got to stop. You're right. The duck or whatever kept falling off the wall. They were not happy. Okay, so we can wrap it up, but the final thing, August 2nd, season premiere. We're going to obviously, first things first, July 26th, I believe, I don't even know the time, so I won't say it. July 26th, it's at 8 or 9, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
On
CBS.
On CBS, Big Brother 25 seasons being celebrated. You obviously have the GOAT, Julie Chen there. All those moments. You'll see maybe a couple clips of us, some other great people that have been on the show over the years. So make sure you check that out, July 26th, because not only are they going to have the special, they're going to reveal some stuff about this new season. And then August 2nd, live premiere, move-in day. It didn't seem like they were doing a 2-night move-in, so it's going to be all the house guests on one night. Code, what are you thinking? Are we going to do maybe a live stream? Are we going to do an episode the day after? Or are we kind of up in the air on that? We're going to see how it plays out.
I'm thinking we got to figure out how it plays out. I think it would be most ideal. Most ideal is a live immediately after because it's cool. It's interactive. We get to interact with everybody. We'll talk to Tiffany. We want to make sure we have all of us available. If not that, then I'm thinking we're recording that night and putting it out that Thursday. So either way, the only way to make sure you don't miss anything that's going on, whether it's a live, is you have to go in to our channel and turn on the notification. Not only do you have to turn on the notification, but in order to do that, you have to subscribe. So subscribe. Turn on notifications to our channel so that if we do go live Wednesday night after the premiere, you're notified and it comes right through your phone. Go into your push notifications on your phone, whatever it is, and make sure you have YouTube notifications on because we will either be going live or releasing an episode the day after. So make sure the notifications for the Winner Circle are ready to rock.
Absolutely. And it'll be a little different this year because from what I was seeing released by CBS, they're changing up the schedules this year because obviously with the strike, everything going on. So Big Brother is going to be on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And the times are different. I believe on one night of it, I believe it might be the Sunday. No, one of those nights it's on at 10 p.m. East Coast time. It's late. I can't remember what night it is. So we just looked that up real quick. So Big Brother's going to be on Tuesday nights at 8. It's going to be on Thursday nights at 8. And then on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. So that's a late one. And that's because they're changing some things because Survivor's going to be on Wednesday nights. So it used to be Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Now it's Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, which I don't necessarily mind. I think it might.
I like that schedule much better.
Yeah, it might make it a lot better for people to come back and check it out. So make sure you have your notifications on, everything Cody just said, because we're going to be changing it up a little bit. We're going to finalize how we're going to do it, but we'll be here. As long as you'll have us, we'll be here. We'll discuss the season. And yeah, we'll come back to you after the special. Maybe we'll do something in between there. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it works out with Tiffany. But either way, we will have something coming out for the premiere. We're super excited about it. Cody, I'll give you the final words.
Final words, Big Brother season 25. I think we are going to have they're going to change the winnings to $1 million, and we're going to have the first millionaire that wins Big Brother on season 25. That's what I think.
You don't think they would have teased that already? Do you actually think that? Or you just
Why would they tease that right now? They need the headlines. They want that to be like, wow, season 25 premiere. They just told us it's going to be $1 million. Social media goes nuts.
We might have to cut back to this clip if you're right.
Imagine. I'm
just
definitely
another kick in the,
They couldn't jump it to 750 and then bump it to $1 million.
No, I don't think they're doing that.
I mean, they could.
They could, but they won't.
That was the final thought.
Hey, with the strikes going on and stuff like that, they're trying to cut costs right now. And reality TV is where they're going to make that money. All right, we're excited about it. We hope you guys are as well. Thank you for joining us here on the Winner's Circle. We will see you very soon.